This conference will now be recorded.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. So before we get started today, I feel that it's important to acknowledge what's been happening over the last week. With the tragic death of George Floyd, among others that have happened in the past few months, such as Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor. It's led to a lot of pain and a lot of trauma that's happening across this country, but also for people here in our community in Dubuque. I will say that I've personally experienced a lot of emotions and grief over the last several days. I've seen videos that have totally rocked me to my core. Close friends and Black community members have shared fear and concern for themselves and their children, and I honestly share those fears for them too. There are things, these are things that I cannot and I don't accept, for our community and for our world, and I actively believe and know that we are part of that change, and that we can be, and that we can make this community look the way and feel the way that it should be, which is for everyone. I know that I personally will never understand what it's like to experience racism. I do know that I was raised in and I live in a fundamentally and systemically racist system. Regardless of where you're at in politics and your political leanings, this is now an opportunity for all of us, for the sake of the kids that we're going to work with this summer, and just for the sake of what this world is going to look like in the future. We have opportunity to look within ourselves and start to realize the changes that we need to make for ourselves and for our community. There's so much that we can do. You're not in this alone. We are a team. AmeriCorps has given me so many opportunities to change and to understand the privileges that I have, and I hope that this will be an experience that will allow some introspection for all of you. I do want you all to know that if you do need to talk about what's been going on and what's happening, that I am a safe person to talk to, and you do not have to hesitate to contact me. My door is always open. I will preface, I am not a licensed therapist, but I am somebody who does care, and I'm listening, and I'm also somebody who's willing to have these difficult conversations, and we'll get into that more in when we have our orientations and trainings. We're walking into a tough summer. I knew that before, and with this last week, it's going to be a real tough summer for our kids, and that means it's going to be a tough summer for us. And so this is the time where we're going to talk about this, so that when summer comes, that you're prepared for it, because this is probably not going to be the last conversation that we have around this, and it's probably not going to be the last conversation that many of you, especially with teens, have. Sorry to kick us off on a somber note, but it is something that is just very important to address for all of us and for, you know, the community that we serve. So yeah. So with that, I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna jump into the, I do have a couple updates for today. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
All right, great, thank you. Oh, that's supposed to say 6-1, not 525, my bad. So as far as dates are concerned, I am moving June 18th from tentative to an active training. We will be, so the 15th, we will go through the general AmeriCorps orientation, you know, from 1 to 5. The 16th, we will talk about ACEs, which is Adverse Childhood Experiences and Trauma-Informed Care. The 17th, we will discuss equity, diversity, and inclusion. And June 18th, we will go over emotional intelligence with the Dubuque Police Department. That is a training that specifically they're very, very skilled at. So they're gonna kick that off with us. So please make sure to add June 18th onto your schedule. No changes, just kind of a reminder of the educational or the living allowance and education award amounts for your viewing. Service schedules. So I'm going to go into these a little bit more in depth here. Carnegie Stout Public Library, they will have programs running in June virtually. July programs, they will transition into in-person after July. They have a lot of set programs, but the AmeriCorps position that's there kind of will plan a lot of those as well. So it's hard to really say like what Carnegie Stout's schedule is, because it's ultimately based off of what the person plans and implements. So yeah, more details to come for that. The playground program, so that's Leisure Services playground program. They will have some half-day sites that'll go from 9 a.m. to 2, and some all-day sites that go from 9 a.m. to 5. Both of those, or all of the sites, have some sort of combination of a meal site. So, you know, whether it's breakfast and snack or lunch, things like that. So we will have those going on. The AmeriCorps members will be, oh, we got a little bit of feedback if someone can mute themselves. Whoops. The AmeriCorps members there will be responsible for in-person activities, and then they are looking at putting together grab-and-go bags that will help, you know, depending on what happens this summer, you know, if we have any flare-ups as far as the coronavirus, we are working closely with the Boys and Girls Club, because the playground program is definitely a meal site for a lot of community members. We also want to make sure that in any instance that we can help communities stay engaged, that kids have things to do. So the playground program coordinator is looking at grab-and-go bags, and so that will be a responsibility for the AmeriCorps members to help plan and pack and deliver and, you know, and get active with. So the Leisure Services Teen Nights, this is one that I will say that kind of got placed on the, we weren't sure if it would run or not, just because of just the there's so many pieces that it kind of came down to. We are going to run it. It's still a lot up in the air, because what we had initially planned with being inside for this year at the Multicultural Family Center, you know, with the limited, you know, the capacity and all of that, it's going to throw us through a little bit of a loop. So we are definitely going to have active programming on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We're looking at doing a movie night on Fridays, in the evenings. So we're getting confirmation on that. So it's a little bit TBD on it. So again, definitely more updates to come. The Multicultural Family Center program, their program will start with the kids June 29th through July 31st, so it will only be 5 weeks. They are going to have an AM session and a PM session Monday through Friday. It is going to be virtual and in-person hybrids, so I don't know what dates and times the virtual sessions will take place in, and I know that it is going to be small group in sessions. I had a conversation with the MFC director earlier. The focus that they had settled on was nutrition, environmental education, community service, workforce readiness, and social justice. But I have a feeling with what has been happening that we are going to have to focus a lot on building relationships with our students and focusing on just the trauma that many of our students that we work with are likely enduring right now. So it is going to be a big piece on they're going to need people that they trust to go to, and that is, if anything, one of the most important things that we can do is being a safe and trusting adult who cares. St. Mark Youth Enrichment, their program will start with kids on June 29th through July 31st. They will not have program on July 3rd. Their schedule will be about 8 a.m. It might be for the members, it might be starting at 7:30 and go until about 12:30. So basically, I have more information. I'll have more information soon after a meeting with St. Mark, but we'll have that. And then we are going to work with St. Mark on ways that we can offer virtual tutoring for students and families that go to the St. Mark program. So that's something to just stay tuned about. So we'll kind of coordinate that individually with all of you as well, who will be placed with St. Mark. I have solidified the placements for the summer, so I had to kind of look at what programs were going to run, what the capacity that they could have AmeriCorps members. Obviously we didn't want to, if they were only going to have 10 kids in a program, we didn't want to place 4 AmeriCorps members, especially with capacity. So I have solidified the placements that I feel good about. Obviously that, could always change. We're going day by day right now. So I will be emailing all of you and connecting you with your site supervisor and fingerprinting. So if I haven't fingerprinted you already, I will be reaching out to you to coordinate a time for you to come in next week. So just expect an email with that. It's a little up in the air. I'm still not allowed back in my office, as you can see from my background. So whether we will meet at Bunker Hill or I invite you to my driveway, we will get the fingerprinting done, since that's something that we need to do for AmeriCorps federal regulations. So we'll get there. So I'll just coordinate with all of you. I got our t-shirts in, so that's exciting. So I spent this week packing all the t-shirts. Masks come in this week, and then I hope to have everything available so that come, if not next week, the week of, in the mornings of June 15th, we'll do a drive-by pickup where I can get you all your stuff. So just stay tuned on all of that. So with that, does anyone have any questions? All right, I'm gonna take that as a no. Unless, well, here, I'll unmute you all because I think I might have hit mute on all of you. So again, any questions?
I don't have any questions.
I have no questions.
I don't have any questions either.
Alrighty. So with that, I will talk to you all next Monday. I can't believe it's June already. We're getting started in 2 weeks. So I know I kicked you all off on a little bit of a somber note. However, now's the time where we're going to end on a happy note, and I'm going to ask you all to just share what you're excited about for this summer. So we'll go one-on-one. And I've unmuted you all again. So you might want to mute yourself on your end. So caller one, is that Gracie or is it Leah?
Yeah.
Gracie.
I would say I'm excited just to see the kids again. I've been at college all school year, and I'm also like working in a nursing home right now. I'm a CNA, and I've been around older people, and I just really want to see the kids again. That's mainly what I'm excited about.
Thank you. Carissa, what are you excited about?
Hi, I'm really excited to meet everyone and of course being around the kids, just like to meet and see new people and have new relationships, and I'm just really excited for all of that.
Thanks, Carissa. Chiquita, what are you excited about?
To get out the house. My kids is driving me nuts. No, just to get out there and see what we can do to make a difference. I'm just excited to meet new people.
Awesome. Thanks, Chiquita. Courtney, what are you excited about?
I'm really excited to get out of the house as well and be able to meet all the kids, participate in the activities, and I know this is a really rough time for them, so hopefully when they look back how many years from now they can think that this was kind of the one moment that allowed them to de-stress and process and have a little bit of fun amidst all the chaos going on.
Thanks, Courtney. Joanna, what are you excited about?
I love the summer. I honestly just love like the warm weather and like being active, and I feel like everybody just is in a really good mood in the summer, like in comparison to like the winter when we all just want to hide away under our blankets. So I just like love that renewal, and like people are just excited and energetic about the things that they're doing. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Joanna. Lauren, what are you excited about?
I'm excited just to be out in the community and starting to build the relationships with all the kids we're working with.
Great. Thanks, Lauren. Macy, what are you excited about?
I'm excited to interact with the kids and get out in the Dubuque community. I'm from Colorado, so instead of just going to school, I really want.
Awesome. Thanks, Macy. Renee, what are you excited about?
I know there's like a lot of challenges and stuff, so I'm excited just to see all the differences we can still make, even though we're facing all of like the struggles right now.
Great. Thanks, Renee. Tessie, what are you excited about?
I'd have to say I'm excited to get to know some new AmeriCorps members because I only know of one person that's going to be with me for the summer. And it's kind of like Christmas, like not knowing exactly which teams we're going to be working with. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting to read those applications and kind of get to know those teams on paper and then get to know them in person.
Great. Thanks, Tessie. I am super excited to kick off a summer. Every summer is different. This one is going to be by far, I think, one of the most challenging. But you know what? I am always up for a challenge because I think that it allows us to grow. So I'm excited to grow this summer. So with that, I will give you all your Mondays back. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all next week. Have a good week.
Thanks.
You too.